Daring Abroad, brought to you in partnership with Coop Bank Diaspora Banking. Banking just like home.
It was an event like no other as the Kalenjin community and their friends from across the world, including me, gathered in Houston, Texas to celebrate their culture, and we really had fun. The event happens every year. It is known as Gotabga, meaning homestead, and you know what a homestead means to our lives.
We are now expanding to Canada and Australia.
We will tell you about Gotabga's achievements so far, home and away. Also on the show, Obulala in America, a peep into the much anticipated Luya Festival that is set to take place in Everett City, Washington State on 25th and 26th of August. We will also hear from the Principal Secretary, State Department of Diaspora Affairs, Roslyn Njogu, on the significance of these events.
They're huge cultural ambassadors, but they're also trade route openers.
And on our back home segment,
my typical clients are Germans.
How Berlin-based Kenyan coffee roaster Muthoni Wamboi is supporting coffee farmers in Embu. Great. Let's begin in Houston, Texas, where I attended the annual Kalenjin community come together known as Gotabga. Music, meals, sports, beauty contests, panel discussions, excursions, exhibitions. Those are some of the highlights of the 2023 Gotabga that took place in Houston City, Texas. Janet Ruto is the current president of the organization.
This year's conference was about cultural crossroads. This is where people are trying, they are on both sides. They want to go home, they want to stay here. So we say, let's come in between and talk about how is it affecting you. So we talk about mental health. We've seen so many people being affected mentally on how to adjust to different cultures. We did about scholarships because some of us had an advantage not to pay a dime. As I talk right now, I haven't spent a dime on my education. America has paid for me through my legs as a Kalenjin in the chamber bar, in the running, in the going, in the coming. So I have never paid a dime. This is where we come and talk to ourselves. How can we have people to stand and talk to us on the impacts of culture on family unit, marriage as married people?
There was also a discussion on dealing with the challenges of raising children with disabilities.
There are so many people out there who are really hurting and they don't have a chance to go and vent and maybe release their kids to have inclusivity in the community.
One of the things that we have as a community is we have where we raise our kids, and they tend to get lost, you know, and we always say, Mwachamila ni mutuma. So having such events brings us together. And the other thing is we are able to understand we have the same problems as a community. So when we come here together, we are able to network and build resources and be able to help each other. And it allows us also an opportunity to come also and look at the things that, hey, what can we do in future to be able to better ourselves?
So what exactly is the meaning of Gotabga?
Kot really means a house. So a house far away from home is Gotabga. As we talk, we are about 3,000 to 4,000 members, both active and inactive, and we do AGMs annually. We have a total of 12 chapters. When I say 12 chapters, it's all over the US. and then we are now expanding to Canada and Australia.
What's unique for you being the host this particular event for this year? What's unique compared to the others?
So probably I want to say that this is the new chapter that we raised in actually 2019. And if you remember, during 2019 at the end or the beginning of 2020 we had COVID. So 2020 and 2021 we didn't have time to do anything because of the COVID, but 2022, when we went to Minnesota for another AGM, we had to campaign to make sure that it comes to Houston because we really needed to host it.
Gotabga International is one of the oldest associations of Kenyans living abroad. Its founding president is Peter Rono, who came to the US through an athletics scholarship and gained fame as one of Kenya's ambassadors in the sport.
We sat with Professor Ogur and thought of a way of how do we bring our people in a very big country like this. We started by reaching out to people, and then it was the introduction of email eventually.
Which year is this?
This is in the early 90s. Early 90s, and then we started. So this is our 22nd year. And for your information, Chamwada, is I am the only one that has attended almost all of them. I've only missed one. So
has it lived up to his expectations 22 years later?
I would say so, because in the year 2005, we got to a point where we invited leaders. And the current president of Kenya was one of our guests in the year 2005 in North Carolina, and many other people that have become leaders in our country.
Naitwa Ralph Mutai na natoka Kenya. Nilikuja hapa 6 years ago na sasa naishi Houston, Texas, and I'm a student. I'm 21 years old. I go to University of Houston. I'm doing computer science. Muhimu wa hii Gotabga inatufanya kama Kalenjin wote tukuje pamoja, tukue with unity, love, to know each other. Kuna activities, there's a lot of stuff going on here. From us as a young man, kuna wengine pia wadogo ukiona hapo nyuma pale. We need to pass the culture, and that's another purpose of this event.
During the event, many shared their journeys from Kenya to the US. In other words, how they landed here. Many made to the US through their legs, so to speak. Barnabas Kirui, a 4 times 3,000 meters steeplechase champion at the University of Mississippi, gave a presentation on sports opportunities in the US.
I landed in America through this program of track and field, which is actually a program that people get a scholarship to come and run for a school here in the US. That's how I ended up here. I did business administration and I did accounting. And then for my master's, I did a master's degree in accounting. I landed here when I was in my late teens. I think I was 19. I've been here for close to 15 years, so you can do the math. So it's been a while, and I feel like I've been here for a long time. Part of what I try to do is to bring other people, because most of us Kenyans in the diaspora, we have this dream of going back home at some point. And I'm one of those people, and that's why I've been trying my best to see if I can inspire some people to come so that I can find a reasonable time that I can go back home.
Wow. So are there those opportunities still? Can people come here through their legs?
Yes. The talent actually is one of the biggest things that is bringing Kenyans to the United States. And part of what I try to do is to sensitize people that there is sports. And in sports, mostly, obviously, Kenyans are known for running for the most part, but even different programs. I've gone to schools that have Kenyans who are on the volleyball team. I've gone to schools that have Kenyans that are on a basketball team, and lastly, I've seen schools that have soccer programs.
It's encouraging to learn that both the founding president and current president of Gotabga International came to the US through athletics.
I am the 1988 1500 Olympic champion for Kenya, the second 1500 Olympic champion in 1500 meters. I came to America as a young man. I came as a student athlete on a track scholarship because I attended St. Patrick's High School, Iten, having represented Kenya also while in high school. So I came to this country on a track scholarship when I was 19 years old.
I came here through a scholarship of running athletics, and I have done my bachelor's in biology, majoring and minoring in chemistry. And then after I did that, I went on and did my microbiology as my master's. So I have master's in microbiology. As we talk, I am trying to achieve my PhD in public health, and I am a proud mother of 3, at the same time married to 1 husband.
Having benefited from track scholarship, I went back and used the same experience that I had, and I've brought over 5,000 students that have come to go to college, and they've done very well. My wife, in the meantime, has gone and be able to use what she learned and introduce women empowerment, so she's helping women.
The 2023 Gotabga was attended by leaders from Kenya, including Bomet Governor Dr. Hilary Barchok, Member of Parliament for Mosop, Nandi County, Abraham Kirwa, and businessman and brother to President William Ruto, David Ruto.
If I tell you about my consulting fees, I think you'll collapse. Yeah? But you know, when you are the best at what you do, and people see value in what you do, you can ask for top dollar. So that is what I would want to challenge you. Well, it doesn't matter what you do. Whether you are a psychologist, whether you are a teacher, be the best at what you do.
What's a good thing, eh? Eh? Kalenjin.
Both Ruto and Honorable Kirwa have lived in the US before.
I was the president of this organization when I used to live in the US. And this organization brings Kenyans from all over the States and also Canada. And also we have some Kenyans here who came from Australia. So I came all the way because I needed to actually share with my friends and the rest of the diasporans that everything is possible. You know, some years back, I came to this country and I lived here for 20 years. And then I got a calling to go back to Kenya and give back. Many people told me it is not possible. But because of what I felt deep inside me that it can be done, because I wanted to really make a difference. I came here, I studied, I got good education, I was able to work, I was able to open a business, so I got some good experience and I was paying a lot of taxes. So it got to a point I said, why don't I do the same for my country?
Some of the panel discussions focused on how to deal with challenges like bereavement, with fundraisers proving not to be sustainable. Gotabga is encouraging members to consider life insurance. Participants also exchanged notes on investment opportunities, and these are now being pursued through the investment arm of Gotabga.
Currently, as we talk, we are pursuing an apartment complex that will be worth 1.5 million. Where? That would be in Minnesota. And that will be owned by our Kalenjin, who belongs to Gotabga. For you to have this, to gain access to buy shares, you have to be a member of Gotabga.
And are you investing back home?
And yes, we have yet to go back home, but we have our sponsors for every AGM that come and talk to individuals. We haven't gone as a unit of Gotabga, but so many of us have gone back home because this is what they say. Educate a child and they bring back the money. And that is why we drive the economy of back home, and we always have to go.
Glad to see how Kenyans are enthusiastic to promote their culture abroad. Time now for our Diaspora Bite segment.
Diaspora Bite, brought to you by TapTapSend. Send money to Kenya from the diaspora by simply downloading the TapTapSend app today to get started.
Kenya is the best place. And whatever you do, invest back home, because you will need to sell in Kenya at some point.
Diaspora Bite, brought to you by TapTapSend. Send money to Kenya from the diaspora by simply downloading the TapTapSend app today to get started. Download and use the code Chams Media and instantly get a cash bonus on your first transfer.
That Diaspora Bite leads us into a short break. When we return,
we want to have something unique, something impactful.
A peep into the much anticipated Luya Festival that is scheduled to take place in Everett City, Washington State.
Greetings and welcome to AMG Routers Limited. My name is Martin Gedenji. I'm in charge of sales at AMG Waters Limited. I'm in one of our primest locations, only 30 minutes from Nairobi CBD, only 10 minutes to Thika Town, which means it's one of the favorite and best places for residential development. And that's a reason we've been able to sell out Juja Phase 1 all the way to Juja Phase 4. Where I am at right now, it's 60% sold at Juja Prime Phase 5. So become part of Juja Prime Phase 5 and part of this growing neighborhood by calling us today and be a smart investor.
Own your dream home for as low as 1.98 million Kenya shillings in Vipingo, Kilifi, and enjoy a flexible payment plan of 10% on signing of the letter of offer and the balance in equal monthly installments within 18 months. Supported by world-class amenities and infrastructure, our estates offer a unique, secure environment with a wide range of outdoor facilities. SMS Vipingo to 22365 or call us today on 0740 400 215. Terms and conditions apply.
You're watching Daring Abroad, brought to you in partnership with Coop Bank Diaspora Banking. Banking just like home.
Welcome back. Now, the Luya community in Washington State are planning a come-together of the Mulembe Nation and their friends from across the world. The event will take place at Everett City in Washington State. I interacted with the organizers as they inspected the venue. Take a look. Everett Community College in Everett City, Washington State is the place to be when the Luya community gathers here on Friday 25th and Saturday 26th August 2023.
The event is called Luya Cultural Event. This is an event that is going to bring together all Luyas across United States so that we can be able to celebrate our culture, look at our cultural values in depth. I know there are people who forget about their culture. So it is imperative that we reminisce more of our culture, have different artifacts that our grandparents, our forefathers used to have, different Luya cuisine that people may be able to enjoy during that particular day.
We have 18 sub-tribes. We have the Isuha, we have the Idahos, we have the Maragoli, we have the Bukusu, we have the Samias, we have the Manyore Neme. There will be 18 of them.
Main events are held here too, with the capacity of 2,500.
The timing can't be better. Kenyans in the diaspora normally organize such festivities during summer period, when it's warmer, with daytime being longer than nighttime. Organizers say this will be the beginning of a series of events that will bring together all initiatives that seek to unite Mulembe Nation in the diaspora.
The high dignitaries, people, high personalities from the government of Kenya and also locally are invited, especially Chief Cabinet Secretary, Honorable Musalia Mudavadi, the Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula, the CS for Sports and Culture, Honorable Babu Namwamba. Members of Parliament and governors across political divide are invited to attend to grace this occasion.
Everett is 14 miles from Seattle, downtown. It's about 20 miles from the airport.
The organizers say the event will provide an opportunity for Mulembe Nation to discuss investment opportunities in the diaspora and back home. They will also discuss current issues like how to tap into the growing digital economy, how to support welfare activities back home, skills and knowledge transfer, and how to work with the national and county governments to support livelihoods.
We invite sponsors, business people to come on board to support this initiative so that we are able also to market your merchandise or your services through the people, the multitude that will gather here.
The Director of Cultural Diplomacy in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Anne Wanjohi, in a recent interview with Daring Abroad at Kenya's embassy in Washington, D.C., said the government is committed to support Kenyans living abroad to promote Kenya's cultural diversity.
We also do sports and arts diplomacy, where we take care of the sportsmen and women and how we can use sports and arts to promote our culture.
At the same time, the Principal Secretary, State Department of Diaspora Affairs, Rosalyn Njogu, says the government has made great strides in collaborating with various associations in the diaspora in order to improve the welfare of Kenyans living abroad and their participation in nation building.
And the president has actually said that our diaspora is our foremost ambassadors out there, because they are the ones flying our flag where we can't reach, where even our diplomats cannot reach. Right, so we want them to continue to do that. We want them to continue to show our amazing brave face to the world. And when I have met with diasporians wherever I have been, I've been so impressed by the things that they have done and the courage that they have had to go out there. They're huge cultural ambassadors, but they're also trade route openers. In many ways, the diaspora they have this pull factor. Because I am living in Seattle and I enjoy eating managu, managu becomes a thing that we actually, sell in Seattle.
This is going to be the main breakaway room for the day of, for those 2 days event.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's all systems go at the Everett Community College, where the Luya Festival will take place. Even Kenya's Consul General Thomas Kwaka of the Kenyan Consulate in Los Angeles has made a visit here. So while attending the meeting, one can come here exercise, eh?
Absolutely, absolutely, because it's also a fitness center.
So find us here on 25th and 26th August as the Mulembe Nation solidifies Obulala America. In other words, their unity in the U.S. This truck goes round.
Yes.
You can jog around it. Eh?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Wow, it appears Kenyan cultural events are going viral, Maju. And we at Chams Media are glad to be part of these happenings. Time now for our back home segment. And today we are featuring a Berlin-based Kenyan coffee roaster, Muthoni Wamboi, and how she's supporting coffee farmers in Embu.
Back home, powered by Cooperative Bank.
Unasema Kenya tukunyi kahawa?
No. Wakenya hapendi, they only like taking tea. But of course I have a few Kenyans, but mostly who are living with Germans that normally buy this coffee because one thing, our coffee, we get the best coffee.
What do you do exactly?
I source green coffee from Kenya, from Embu. I go direct to the farmers and then I buy. I tell them the kind of a bean that I want.
So who are your typical clients here?
My typical clients are Germans. I have some embassies that are also getting coffee from me. And of course our Kenyan embassy, they drink Kenyan coffee from me. Yes.
And Muthoni, is this all that you do, or you do something else? Do you have a job you do, or this is
what I do. This is my day-to-day activity. Yeah, I don't do like any other job there. Yeah. Okay. So what I do, I go to events. When there are events, we normally have like markets, open air markets. So that's where I go with my stand, with my machine. As people drink, they also buy because they taste, oh, this coffee is good.
Well done, Muthoni. So you are bringing coffee from Embu. So what would you say is the impact back home, to livelihoods back home?
The impact, I would say, I am not sourcing from the bigger farms. So I'm going direct to the small farms. So I'm sure when I buy coffee, even if it's not a large quantity, this money at the end of the day, it's reaching these people. Yeah, so there are no channels, there are no middlemen in between. And I think, actually, I've worked when I was a young girl. I used to work at the coffee plantations. I know how hard this.
It's in your blood.
I know how hard this work is. It's raining, it's heavy, and then when the beans get wet, when it's raining, they get heavy. So for me, I think the person who should benefit more from this coffee business worldwide, it's the farmer and the people who are doing the picking.
Wow, well done. And Mudhoni, who is your banker back home?
I do my banking with the Cooperative Bank.
Ah, Cooperative Bank.
Yeah, this is an account that I have for like almost 20 years 20 actually.
Years. Wow.
And it used to be my salary account back then when I was in Kenya. And then when I came here, I went back and I opened a diaspora account. And I also, under that, I have an euro account. So when I'm buying my coffee, either they can do the transaction, I can fill in the form online. I have a nice assistant, a banking lady who normally helps me a lot.
So you have a diaspora account with Coop Bank?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What are you able to do with that account?
You know, like before, we would need to send someone to do your banking and everything, but now I do everything alone.
At your fingertips?
Yeah, I have, even when I'm on my way, I can do it. I have the mobile banking. I can transact M-Pesa, I can transact, I can pay my bills, I can pay for my transport. Yeah, I can pay for my transport. I think the service, the online service for me, I can say it's the best. Even if I see I don't have enough money here, I can just take my Coop card. I go to any Visa ATM, I withdraw my money in euros. Yes. When I'm fixed, like I can't clear this container because sometimes you get challenges. You had to say, let's say I'm clearing with this amount, and then there's some other charges that comes from nowhere. Then I tell them I need to clear a quick container, and you show them, like I have the seaway bill document and everything. They'll just give you a quick loan that you can clear and then just pay back.
So Coop Bank is a good partner.
It is good partner for business, I would say.
While daring abroad.
Yes.
Okay, finally, what would you tell someone who wants to be like you? Just start up something like this, a startup, and what is it? What advice can you give?
I would tell someone, if you feel like you have passion to do something, you want to start, don't think too much. Just do it. It has its challenges, but along the way, you get to where you want. I'm still not yet where I want, but I'm still pushing on.
Cooperative Bank, we are you.
That back home segment brings us to the end of the show. Always a pleasure having your company. And as usual, on behalf of my team at Chams Media and our broadcasting partner NTV, many thanks for watching, and see you again next time.
Daring Abroad, brought to you in partnership with Coop Bank Diaspora Banking. Banking just like home.